The investment market in France actually performed well in year 2012. Last month we were at an amount of some 9.3 billion euro invested, which is slightly more than 10% more compared to last year, which is good things. However, if we look more details, there is some point which are interesting. First, in terms of volume, this volume has been reached thanks to major transactions. For instance, transactions above 100 million euro per unit. In number of transactions have increased by 50%, which is very important. However, if we look at transactions representing an amount between 20 to 50 million euro, there is a decrease by some 20%. So the market has been performing thanks to really major transactions, which were realized essentially by foreign money and essentially thanks to sovereign funds. We've looked at, when we look at the histogram, it appears that domestic investors, even if they were more than 50% of representing the investment transaction, last year now are less than 50%. This is the first important point we must bear in mind. The second, which is the same for all the major pan-European capital and cities, is that obviously all the investment market is oriented risk-adverse, which means that everybody is trying to invest in the CBD, in the core prime market. And like there is a shortness, obviously, this reduces a bit the number of transactions. In other words, the result could have been better if there were more supply for this type of investment. The result of this, in terms of figures, is that more than 50% of the investment occur for offices in Paris intramuros, whereas it's more normally around 30% regarding these last years. So there is really the other effect is that there is a decrease of the investment volume on the secondary location, which I would call like located in a inner or outer ring of Paris, where since 2 years we really see decrease by 30% of the investment volume occurred in this location. The result of this pressure for buying in the CBD in Paris intramuros is like obviously there is a yield compression for prime offices, and the other result is that since there is decrease on the secondary market, the yield, I wouldn't say they are increasing, but because there is very few transactions. The question is not to what price the market could sold in the secondary market, but who would be interested in. And obviously the lack of debt doesn't help this market to restart some investment volume, which will make that it will counterbalance the investment in more prime location or secure location. Last thing is that all the investors, wherever you are locating your investment, are looking very carefully to the rental level. And obviously, when you are located in the CBD, the rental level are still sustaining very well, rather than when you're locating more secondary location, rental level are currently decreasing. The result is that we are of the opinion that within the coming months or for next year, the French and Parisian markets will always benefit from very good interest from foreign money and domestic investment. However, to which extent either the valuations or the book value or the rental level or I would say the letting pressure on the market will be of nature for making investment volume easier or not. We have the opinion that we shouldn't reach a higher level of investment for next year, bearing in mind that last year it was around 16 billion euro. We anticipate that this year for 2012 it should be around between 13 to 14 billion invested, and that next year shouldn't be higher than the figure of today.